Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. So, I'm looking at the Animal Tarot for inspiration for today. And our little non-human friends, or some of them are much bigger than we are, aren't they? So, inspiration for today. Let's see what they're giving us. We have the Six of Summer, the Goose. The love and care of children could become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. Old memories can be healed, or possibly old childhood dreams are ready to be revived. There you go. Look at that. Have you noticed when you see geese with their young, and you've got the mother, and she's normally got loads and loads of little goslings around her, hasn't she? But they're always together. You've got not just the one goose and a big like army of goslings, but you'll have several of them, and they all stick together. So you've got the mothers, and then you've got all the little goslings following along, like a big, massive, big army of them. So they all look out for each other, don't they? And they all stick together, and they're all there, as I say, look out for each other and help each other along. But that's it. That's the card saying to you, you may meet somebody from the past, somebody from your childhood may be coming along. And sometimes we think about people, don't we? Somebody we haven't seen for ages and ages, and that just the thought pops into our head. I wonder how so and so's doing. And then you get a phone call from that person, or you may bump into them in the street or in the supermarket. So that's what that card's saying, that this may happen in the next day or so, that you may actually bump into somebody from the past that you haven't seen for a while. Possibly that thought has already come into your head of who that person could actually be. This is also saying love and care of children becomes an important part of your life. So it's not just your own childhood that this card is referring to. It's also children around you now. They may actually be bringing some memories up when you see your own kids, or even kids around you, or even kids in the street that might be playing games that you haven't played for such a long time, maybe hopscotch or skipping or something like that. And when I think back to my primary school days, a long time ago now, but when you think back, and I remember we used to do this skipping thing, and we used to have two ropes, and you used to have to run in and jump, and you'd skip, and then you'd run out, and the next person would go in, and you used to take their turns. And, I haven't seen anybody doing that for absolute years. And we used to do it so much in the playground in primary school. And used to really enjoy it. And hopscotch as well. You never really see people drawing the boxes on the pavement and playing hopscotch like we used to as kids as well, with the chalk and the stones and that. Yeah, you don't really see that. But maybe this is coming up for people, something that you used to do as a kid that you haven't seen for a long time. Maybe you're going to see either your own kids or other people's kids doing something that brings up a lot of memories. Good ones, I hope. Anyway, this is a good card. So I would say that they are going to be good memories, nice, fun memories. And it's also a card of older people as well. So I would say what I'm getting the feeling there when it comes to elderly people, they often have things that the same as what I was talking about, just that are things that we did when we were younger that we don't see kids doing now. And older people, when you talk to them, and they had different games, and they used to have there was one I remember my nan telling me about, and when I go to a museum up the road, you can see it as well. Like a big circle, like a big metal round thing that the kids had a stick, and they would knock this big round thing down the road like a wheel, but it's not a wheel. But there was all these things that the elderly people who are the pensioners nowadays, they've got all these memories to pass on as well. So we can learn from those memories, but also our children and our grandchildren can learn from those memories as well. And we need to get those smaller things, those oh yeah, I remember this game that we used to play. Not the bad stuff or anything like that, but just the simple things that they used to do, and we need to bring it back. We need to let our kids know there's a lot more things going on than video games and sitting in front of the TV all the while. Yeah, I switched my TV back off in 2020 and I haven't put it back on since because it's not very good, is it? Yeah. So anyway, there you go. Look at the past, and one thing that comes up with myself, one thing I remember my grand saying, and she's not around now, but I remember back in the 60s and 70s, my grand got an outside toilet. And my granddad used to have loads of newspapers, and my gran always used to cut them up into squares, and she used to use all these squares as toilet paper because I couldn't get toilet paper back in those days. So they used to use the old newspapers as toilet paper. And and just thinking about it, I don't buy newspapers myself because newspapers, I feel, are basically full of bollocks and shit. So there you go. That's what they should be used for, toilet paper. Okay, right. I hope that's made you laugh, and I'm sorry about my language, but there you go. Okay, click like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.